hello, and good day to all of you. Happy Memorial Weekend because Memorial Day is actually Monday. So, but you're celebrating the weekend, and with celebrating the weekend, there's nothing like some good old fashioned wrestling, some new wrestling that showed up on the Memorial Weekend, and that's what we are here to talk about today. So, please get ready because it is time to talk about wrestling like nobody else in the world, which means it is time for the first Black Champ podcast. And I am your podcast Intercontinental Champion, Cam from the Port.
And I am JR Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. Barber's Chair Network is the home. Barber's Chair Co. is the parent company. Make sure you follow us on everything there. Make sure you follow us on the FBC POD. You'll get your merch. Click the link in the bio. You see Kemp got that fresh red on. And man, we're gonna go ahead and get started with
Yes, sir.
Saturday night's main event, May 24th, out there in Tampa, Florida. I don't have to get mad today.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I don't have to snap.
But before we get into why you don't have to get mad, though, I do want to say before we even kick off, when Saturday night's main event started, and I seen Jesse the Body Ventura and a Hendrix shirt and a Malcolm X hat, I was like, "Oh, you trying to make up for the buckwheat thing like that?"
Yo, I didn't even think about that. I swear I didn't even think about that when I saw that last night.
Like, hey, he had the OG '93 X hat on, like the big X with the leather joint.
Yeah, Spike Lee gave him that.
Right.
I did not even think about that last night. Wow. For those who don't know, I forgot which episode of Saturday night's main event it was.
Yeah.
But Jesse the Body Ventura is rocking a buckwheat shirt.
Yeah.
And I definitely was like, whoa. I know the 80s was wild, fam. I know the 80s is wild. However, we rocking this. Shouts out to your mom in the back.
Right. She tried to duck down and walk away like we don't see it. And then like she's just doing the duck walk in the back. Just walk normal. And, yeah, for everybody that made me wonder. My mom is in town. And she really thought she was off the camera shot. As she slowly just walks by. Hey. B-Dot, what's up, Russ? What's happening?
Hey man, look, this morning has already been a hilarious morning.
Yeah.
Shouts out to my wife telling me about the hijinks between my two brothers last night. Basically some rite of passage stuff as all brothers go through and everything. Have I ever threw up in your car?
In my car, no. Matter of fact, I don't think you've ever thrown up. I don't believe so.
I mean, I have. I don't think it's doing.
I mean, not since 05. I'm gonna say it like that.
Remember the Skybox night though, when the gravel.
Oh, well, you didn't throw up that. Wait, did you throw up that night?
I didn't throw up that night, but I threw up that morning, and you had told me that's what I get. Like you was like,
it was because I was like, yeah.
It's like
that was wilding at a new level. I was like, I know he was moving, but yo, he was wilding. He was wilding.
He was like, yo, God, hey, that was God telling you, you went too far.
Yeah, that is right. Okay, so yeah, so hey, July 2005. That's what you said. Yo, bugging out.
So that. Oh no, Roger. Remember when Roger threw up on
that was in
was that
Iowa,
Roger
wasn't it?
threw up on Rage? Yeah, in Iowa. Yeah, I knew somebody did.
Yeah. And then we were in there for when the young homie was doing all the dancing and the animation for the girls in the was the Hummer limo, and then they put him out. They put him out on the street in the cold in December too.
Yeah,
it was bogus, but I understood.
In that moment, yes, I did. In that moment, I definitely understood. Well, look, man, Saturday night's main event was last night. interesting. Like I said, I don't have to get mad. I don't have
Yeah.
to like get mad or do anything and stuff like that. I'm good.
Yeah.
So Brando, depending on where you start this at, I ain't gotta get mad. I am a little perturbed,
Okay. Okay.
but considering what we was talking about last week on the show,
Yes.
on the fixes end, also on the latest episode of I Ain't Gonna Hold You, because we had the big homie Kaz on here on the show, and I had specifically asked him about what he felt might happen at Saturday night's main event. He had threw out a theory of some things that he heard, and it turned out to kind of be what he heard, which was we're going to get a tag team match in some type of capacity.
Mhm.
But I'm going to also get into what he also said a little bit later. Let's start with Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green. That match happened, and Zelina Vega in a sloppy match. Let's be real, it was a bit of a sloppy match, but
Yeah.
Zelina Vega defeated Chelsea Green, so she will continue her reign as the United States champion. And I know a lot of us were at least hoping that Chelsea Green to get that belt back. My question to you is, does this signal Chelsea Green being the next winner for the Money in the Bank?
Man, I didn't think about that, but yeah, and I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. Again, I've been saying that she was the hottest champion in the company. So what better way than to double down on that than by her winning the Money in the Bank? So yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
She just resigned with the company. So that's one thing. But then two, yeah, I didn't really see no reason for her to lose
Right.
to Vega.
Yeah.
Unless there's potential that she can win Money in the Bank.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I think now more than ever when we look at some of the people that's in here, I'm not saying she's my odds-on favorite,
Mm.
but I would not be surprised that on June 7th or 8th, whenever this is,
Yeah.
it would not surprise me if Chelsea Green will be your women's Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm not mad at that. I won't lie. Once obviously when Chelsea loses the title, Zelina does the promo run, the nice photo shoot and all that, but then they rebook it for Saturday night's main event, and the Secret Hervis is back and all of that. So I was like, oh, so she's not taking like a real break. I'm like, I know they didn't give this belt to Zelina for like 2 weeks, did they? So I was kind of expecting her to win last night, but when I didn't, when she didn't win, I'm like, well, what is next? And again, I think as far as selling the character, selling the moments and all of that, in the WWE specifically, I don't think there is anybody better than Chelsea Green at that right now. So her winning Money in the Bank, I think it does breathe new life into it in general, just for like the whole concept of it. Yeah, listen, now that you said it, I'm completely on board. So hey, if the prediction show is what we expect it to be, that's my pick. Thank you, Bang.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards it. I'm definitely leaning towards it, and part of the reason why I'm leaning towards it is because the Secret Hervis, whatever they like, because I can see Chelsea Green holding the Money in the Bank with the two women there helping her keep the Money in the Bank and helping her win it too. Like I can. Again, I'm not throwing out no predictions, but I can see Tiffany Stratton losing that belt to Chelsea Green because of the two women outside the ring and not necessarily the in-ring product.
Yeah.
I can also see Chelsea Green not winning the title after having the Money in the Bank. because as we know, just because you got it, that don't mean you're going to win. So
Facts.
I could see this happening in a number of ways where it will keep everybody on their toes, except but like Jade Cargill or any of the women that's currently were like Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley, but Rhea Ripley is in it. We're gonna talk about that a little later. Like there's some women that I hope don't win it just because they're bigger or better than the Money in the Bank. I think it's some people that need it more to not only help them get over, but really to keep them over too. Like when you look at CM Punk, he won it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And we wasn't really still all in with him until the Jeff Hardy thing.
Right.
Like when that happened, it was like, okay. So yeah, it's very interesting how that's gonna go. But with some of the women that are currently in there, I don't think they need it.
Got you.
When other people want it, especially for the women, when some of those other people want it, they actually needed it.
Yeah. You brought up something that really made me think about, again, like even like the last 2 or 3 years, maybe even 5, definitely since we've been doing the show, how cash-ins really do matter and how cash-ins are make or break. I think one of the things that we kind of maybe overlooked or underappreciated was the fact that a lot of those first cash-ins, they were career makers. Like Edge doing that first cash-in was a really big thing. And then even just to fast forward, Seth Rollins cashing at WrestleMania is a really big thing. And then there's some that you maybe forget about, but you definitely remember the moment. And I go like the Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger had one of the most unlikely cash-ins. And to your point, CM Punk won twice in a row, but we really probably only count one. and it's other things like John Cena losing, Baron Corbin losing, but he should have been one of the ones that had a moment and cashed in. I think Mark Henry wasn't Mark Henry never won Money in the Bank. I forget somebody. Oh no, the Miz,
Damian
Sandow, and it's just like those cash-ins can become career-defining moments, and they kind of set your trajectory up for what's next for you. And unfortunately, I think they're dropping the ball on a lot of these. And that's why we kind of like, oh, well, what's going to happen? Or why should it happen? Or we're in a situation now where, like you're saying, Bang, we got legends. Like women and men are already legends in wrestling are going to be in the Money in the Bank this year. And why?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Let's move on to a very surprising great steel cage match. I say that it was surprising because I didn't think they was going to let them rock. I thought it's Saturday night's main event. We're going to keep these matches short.
Yeah.
We're going to go get in and get out and all of that. Mr. Kennedy is a perfect example, right?
Yeah.
And he would have cashed in if it wasn't for the Randy Orton shit.
Yep.
But using what we normally see at like these network shows, they get in and get out. The commercial breaks be all a whole bunch of them, and go look at any steel cage match that's ever happened on Saturday night's main event. Just go look at any of them. Like Hulk Hogan getting in and getting out. You know what I'm saying? He getting in and getting out. But hey, Freaky Undertaker and Drew McIntyre, yo. Yeah. I gotta give Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre not only all of their flowers, I'm going to specifically right now give love to the loser of last night's match, Drew McIntyre. Why? Because I'm going to say 2 years in a row, he may have had the best feud in the WWE 2 years in a row. He went from CM Punk and him to him and Damian Priest. And let's be real, a lot of us didn't think too much of this. We thought it was just like a transitional rivalry and stuff like that. two big, like, word to Biggie, two big men bumping meat and all of that stuff, we didn't think nothing of this feud, ladies and gentlemen. Or at least I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But both of these guys have been rocking. And if you want to even put Damian Priest here, and I know I'm going to let you rock when it comes to how you've been talking about him, even going back to the Bad Bunny days.
Mm-hmm.
Look, both of these two need a lot more respect than we giving them.
Yeah.
Because both of these two, for the last 3-4 years when you think about it,
Yeah.
has been involved in probably the best feuds or one of the best feuds for the last couple of years. Give Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre their flowers.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'll kick it off by what I said maybe probably like 3 years ago now. Is that if I was a wrestler, if I was a young person that had aspirations of being a wrestler, you couldn't tell me that one of the careers that I wouldn't want to have that's not a Seth Rollins or a Roman Reigns is Damian Priest. Like, he has one of those. This is when it comes to people that really watch wrestling, right? Because you're always going to get the marquee, the main names, or the lead faces on the posters. But, you know, Damian Priest is on a run that when you look at it, you can compare it to a Ravishing Rick Rude in totality, like WCW everywhere he's ever been, Kurt Hennig everywhere he's ever been, Jake Roberts everywhere he's been, Sting, like, you know, like those kind of guys where, yeah, he may not be in everybody's top 10, skip top 5. Damian Priest may not be in everybody's top 10, but when you look back at wrestling like 30 years from now and where wrestling was, you can't deny that, wow, man, he had one of the best careers that you could have in wrestling, even if he's not the greatest of all time or if he's not considered one of the very greats. The match was incredible last night. I think that the only critique I have, and it's for Damian Priest, hey man, respect the one more time. When the crowd start yelling one more time, you take that chair and you bash his skull in one more time. And that, I think, takes it up a notch for him. I think you kind of got to go off script. You kind of got to get into that space. Excuse me. You got to get into that space where you can tell that the crowd is with you and you with them. Because believe it or not, to me, I think moments like that are what make or break you as the star that's completely over. A person that really respects the one more time, that I think really won big in the last 5 years, Becky Lynch. Like, there is Bronson Reed, who we're going to talk about later. You got to respect the one more time, because when they start chanting that, that means, okay, you bodied that, but we not done here. and that can set you up in a great way. I said that Priest had to win this match because I think even though there does need more flowers and more respect on Drew's name, but even Damian Priest is a tier under that. When you look at the past 5 or 6 years of wrestling, at least you can say Damian Priest has had some impactful moments. And in some respect, you may remember those moments. Then both times Drew won the title, but he's still the world champ. So really glad for these brothers to get this opportunity. Hope that Damian Priest capitalizes off of it the right way. And man, yeah. Hey, whose career would you rather have out here? Damian Priest probably should be in your top 5, in my opinion. Oh, you on mute, my brother.
Oh yeah, look at me. There's a fine. Shouts out to Scott. I was about to say, because I'm rewatching it, and I'm officially laughing at the Malcolm X hat. That's Spike. Yeah, Spike Lee gave Jesse the Body Ventura that hat, And yeah,
Yeah.
y'all go back and look at the buckwheat joint and look at it now. Like, yo,
You know what I'm saying?
thank you, Jesse Body, for spotlighting African American achievements in your outfit last night. Look, Damian Priest is the. Let me just flat out ask like this. When we first saw Damian Priest, aka Punishment Martinez, when we saw Damian Priest in NXT, did you expect or did you believe that he would be on this trajectory?
No, I had him as Tall Tatanka because I didn't realize that he was of a Latin descent. I thought he was a Native American, and then he was doing the archery thing. I'm like, oh, he gonna be like Tatanka without the 82 wins.
Shouts
Okay,
out to Tatanka being in the building last night too.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I didn't see any of this for him at all.
Yeah, this is way better than what I expected. So, as the winner of this feud, looks like he's the winner of this feud. What should be next for Damian Priest?
Man, that's difficult considering I don't want to see Damian Priest versus Jey Uso again. And they would have to make it make sense for him to be on SmackDown to go at John Cena right now. So I don't know. Obviously he don't need Money in the Bank. He's already been there, done that. So, man, I don't know. This is difficult because this is the other side of, man, I've done so much and creative has nothing for me. They literally just have to insert him somewhere, pause, for this to be a thing. I don't know what he should do next because technically he's done everything.
Give him Cena. He ain't gonna win, but give him Cena. He deserves. I think now, based off of what we've been seeing from Damian Priest these last couple of years, he deserves a Cena spot. He deserves, and which is low key why I'm kind of mad at the match that they're going to be in and Money in the Bank. But
yeah,
I believe that Damian Priest deserves a match, a program with John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anywhere else to go at this point. I don't want him to go backwards. I don't want him to be in something that puts him over. Even when you look at what he had on, his interest, when you look at his entrance last night with the freaky bat wings and the mask on and how animated he was. No.
Yeah.
I know we talk shit about Cena versus Goldberg and all of that shit. And that still can happen. But no. I am putting this down right now. Damian Priest versus John Cena after Money in the Bank. Whatever's the next pay-per-view after that, whatever that is. Damian Priest, John Cena, Undisputed World Championship. That should be his next program. He loses, it's Cena, of course. But let him get in that spot because he deserves it off of what he did, starting with the Bad Bunny shit and ending with what he's did with Drew McIntyre, the Judgment Day shit in between. Damian Priest deserves this spot. Give him Cena, Undisputed World Championship, and let him be at the top of the card type moment, main eventing, last match of the night type of situation.
I dig that. I actually dig that. And even though I am not sure how Cena can put Damian Priest over more, but I am curious to see how it will go. And to Donnie's point, hey man, this is New York versus Boston. So this is hey, listen, I'm here for it. Hey, and it's a white Bostonian versus a New York Puerto Rican. It really don't get more Boston than New York than that. Because it's
Make
way
that
more. I think it's way more Spanish and just Latins in New York than anything else. So
hey, make
hey.
that shit happen. John Cena, R-Truth. I picked R-Truth because I thought that the fix was in. Most notably the episode. John Cena won with chicanery and everything. So glad that the fix wasn't in. Brando, y'all don't have to see me get mad. I'm so glad that the fix wasn't in. But there's two mid things that I believe that the WWE will not admit to being mid right now.
Okay.
They're putting a lot of what's going on their backs when it comes to this. Ladies and gentlemen, the heel turn for John Cena has been mid at best. It is. I am so pissed off at The Rock right now for all of this shit because the John Cena heel turn has been mid. I was at least hoping that John Cena would do something last night that would solidify the heel turn, that would make him feel more like a bad guy. It did not, in my opinion. How do you officially feel about this John Cena heel turn? And if you do feel a way, what do you feel like he needs to do to really make people believe that he is a legit bad guy? Or what do you feel like is working that I might be missing?
Well, I think to me, and I'm going to stick to my script, as far as John Cena heel turn, it ended in St. Louis after beating Randy Orton. I think it's over. And I think that you're right in the context of who John Cena is and what even a better planned heel turn for Cena versus the actual, this is mid. This is mid. It's not the worst that we'll ever see, but it definitely ain't one of the top 5 as we close the door. So it's literally in the middle. It's like, you know what? It's some moments here. He rattled off some really dope promos in the beginning of this, but where are we at with this right now? Because it's May, right? So honestly, I think that John Cena is going to kind of like ride the tweener wave aspect of this, and slowly come around to just, a third, fourth quarter, we totally faced out, and he's going to be back to kind of John Cena. I do. The one thing I do like to see is him winning, because we didn't really recognize how many years he went losing. So I like to see him going out with just getting dubs, just mad W's. And I really don't care how. It's interesting how even though all of this is going on, for me, Bang, wins and losses don't matter to me. Heel or face really don't even matter to me. It's literally just knowing that we're going to see John Cena for the last time, because in my mind, because of The Rock, if I was really trying to make the most of this run, then John Cena got to stay till next WrestleMania for me. That's the only way to make it right. It's like, nope, you got to go through one more Rumble. You got to go through one more WrestleMania, because we didn't do this right. And now I want you to close there. So maybe the fact that I don't care is the problem, because I'm supposed to care.
and that's my point. Like, that's my point. This which farewell tour are we getting here, ladies and gentlemen? Rock with me here. If you love sports, I think you might know where I'm going. Is this the Kobe farewell tour, or is this the Paul Pierce farewell tour? Is this we happy to celebrate Kobe, or is this the farewell tour? Who you thought you was, Kobe?
They don't love you like that.
They don't love you like that.
You ain't Shawn Michaels, nigga.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm starting to think about. when I look at this farewell tour, because this definitely could have been Kobe.
For sure.
And the last night in Boston, 60. And Banks, this ain't even Kareem. Let me tell you why this ain't Kareem. The reason why this ain't Kareem, because they were still in title contention. They were still in. And Kareem, while he might have dipped, was still a bucket with the skyhook. What is John Cena's skyhook, y'all? If this is Kareem, what is his skyhook? Cena's skyhook is bringing people in and making them care.
Yeah.
Kemp just told you he don't care about this shit. The skyhook ain't working. The last thing that left Kareem was the skyhook. That was the last thing that left him. He just couldn't run up the court like he wanted to. But when his ass got there, you gave him the ball at the middle of the court, he skyhooked, boom.
Yeah.
That's going.
Yeah.
Still. The skyhook for John Cena is making people care. And I don't think people give a fuck about this heel turn or face turn. They just happy he there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't care. And that's why, to me, this heel turn is mid at best. And what he should have did at Saturday night's main event was beat the shit out of R-Truth. But they didn't do that.
Yeah. Hey, that was my prediction too.
Yes, but they didn't do that. And if they do what I think they're going to do when it involves this tag match at Money in the Bank, if they do that shit, they are going to make this heel turn worse. But before we get to that, let's talk about CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker last night. We both had Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker winning.
For sure.
But this was more about the re-debut, the introduction to the newest member of this group, which also makes me feel like I wasn't too far off with my Rusev prediction. Because the newest member of whatever the name of this group is Bronson Reed. Big Bronson Reed.
There it
who
is.
Came out there and destroyed CM Punk not once, but twice. And Bron Breakker was ready to go, well, who the fuck is dude? Oh, I know dude. I'm ready to be dude ass. Then Seth was like, nah, fam, hugs. and now we have a 3-man weave right now going with Paul Heyman, with Seth Rollins at the front, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed, big Bronson Reed, right beside him, and Paul Heyman as the wise man to Seth Rollins. However, this is mid thing about the WWE Part 2, ladies and gentlemen. This shit is mid.
Really?
What's the name of the group?
Hey, it don't even matter. Listen.
No, hit me out. No, hit me out. Let me break it down to you right before you go.
Okay, for sure. Do your thing.
Because I knew he was going to disagree. But hear me out. It's not about me changing your mind. Just hear me out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's no name of the group. We don't have a clear idea of what Paul Heyman is doing for the group, other than talking to Jey. I ain't mad at Bronson Reed being the third guy. I fuck with Bronson Reed. But he's the same as Bron Breakker. You got 2 Batistas and Seth. Who is who? Who is who in this? And Bronson Reed was just beating your ass a little bit ago. Only reason why Bronson Reed ain't still beating his ass is because he jumped off of the cage and broke his shit. And y'all still ain't did nothing to nobody to make me scatter y'all. The person, this is why Damian Priest was the winner to me last night.
Okay.
We said that John Cena should have beat the shit out of R-Truth and put him on the stretcher.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. Even though Bron Breakker got them even though Bronson Reed got them to win, he ain't really do shit to CM Punk that made me go, ooh. Damian Priest beat the shit out of Drew McIntyre, gave him a conchairto, and they brought the stretcher. At some point, somebody's gonna have to beat somebody's ass to solidify them being that.
For sure.
And this is why, I'll tell you why, I don't like this for a certain world champion, because now the person that needs to be elevated the most is being stretched out by people with the potential, because of people who ain't did nothing dastardly enough yet to make me go, I'm scared of that group, or I'm scared of you. And that's why that shit has been mid. Both of these mid storylines got to do something when it comes to fucking somebody up to make me go, hey, I'm invested.
I got you. So, and I'm going to keep it real. I don't think I disagree with what you're saying as far as the details, right? I was really happy to see Bronson Reed last night. Because and I don't think I said this on the show, so I'm not going to try to take credit like I knew this from the door, but the third member should definitely be somebody like that, right? Somebody that Seth had some kind of history with, or somebody that was on a roll, on a run, and for whatever reason, whether it's wellness policy, abuse, or injury, but now they're back and they're ready to put in some work. I love that angle. But the main thing I thought about as they all four stood in the ring, I was like, this is the kind of faction that you put together.
Oh, wait a minute.
On TK, on 2K.
I missed this part. I got to interrupt you because I missed this part. I was drunk last night. Hey, Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda was there. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
For sure.
The U.S. Express jackets. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I know it's been rumored that Barry Windham was going through a lot of health issues and shit.
Yeah.
So to see that, that's dope.
Absolutely. It was great to see him. But so yeah, as I see Seth, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman in the ring at the end of the segment, I'm like, yeah, this is the kind of faction you put together on 2K. And you don't really know the name of it yet. But you just know that these are three people you're gonna use, and if I gotta have a manager, then we just gonna throw Heyman in there, right? That's awesome. But what you're saying, I get, but this is the first time in a long time where we've seen a faction with three people that don't got to prove that they hurt people. You already know it. You've watched Seth Rollins threaten to break retired Edge's neck and arm again. He was like, dude, I'll put you on the shelf for life. And he did that damn near 10 years ago. Bron Breakker, you know the vibes. And you know his daddy. And you know his uncle. Bronson Reed. There was a wave of tsunamis that more than Asians had to be afraid of last year. And it's because of Bronson Reed. So I say that to say, I'm curious who needs to lay down or who gonna try to get down, because this faction to me has nothing to prove. All they're gonna prove is like, yeah, you know what? I could see them just like, you know what? We just gonna decide that we want Bron Breakker to be the world heavyweight champion, and we just about to make that happen. And I'm here for it. Because the tagline of this faction was, the future of the business runs through me. And if Seth Rollins is all he doing is like, yo, I'm about to get everybody that can really beat people up, and I'm just gonna put titles on them while I orchestrate this, and with Heyman, who has seemingly served no purpose, I think that's even better. Because to call in the reserve, if Seth is the mastermind, then I am curious to see what is the character layer that's left for Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman has always pulled the strings. Paul Heyman been pulling the strings since the Dangerous Alliance. So, and then you fast forward to ECW. He's the guy on the block phone. He's making the decisions. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk before that, Roman Reigns. Like, So he's always made the decisions. Hey, I think this is, if nothing else, the Paul Heyman retirement plan. Hey, look, I ain't gotta do nothing. I'm collecting annuity now. That's what I do. I collect annuity while they do what I think they should do, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this being non-traditional. I'm okay with this being the proven stable, but they may not have the accolades per member, but they have the accolades as far as body count. Like it's like, yo, no, we lay niggas down. That's what we do, and you already know that. But now we're gonna lay people down together. So what are you gonna do about that? So that is my interest.
I don't think you're wrong.
Mm.
I don't think you're wrong. It's just the only reason why factions exist is to tell everybody and show everybody we gonna whoop your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta leave a trail of bodies. Like Four Horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that Tully, Arn, Ole at the time, and Rick was them niggas.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That's why people love that group. But that's also why people's best version of that group always involved Barry Windham. Because he was the new guy. He was the young guy that we had to make sure we was going to put over as next.
Mm-hmm.
You got two young dudes that are basically the same young dude. And like Brando just said, except he got one skinny one and one heavy one.
Mm-hmm.
They got the same person.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the best groups have people for different roles.
Hey, they let them down.
Yeah. But no. But I think the best groups make you fear them because you got one person do this, one person do that, one person do this.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's going to be a fourth guy, which I think is still one more guy.
Yeah.
But your favorite Four Horsemen is Rick, Arn, Barry, Sid Vicious.
Yep. All time.
They all do four different things and they come together like Voltron to fuck you up.
Yeah. Facts.
Somebody getting power bombed, somebody getting clotheslined, somebody's getting a spine buster, and somebody's getting a figure four.
Yeah.
Bron and Bronson are the two same guys except two different finishers, of course. And one's bigger and one's smaller. So, my question to you, who benefits from this group now more? Both of these two guys are in the same position. Just one's been on the roster longer than the other. But who benefits the most from this? Bronson Reed or Bron Breakker? Shit, their names start with Bron.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, listen, you got me. And not for nothing. To me, when I seen Bron Breakker and Seth Rollins align, I was like, oh, this is to get him the superstar stimulus package. I do think, because I saw the comparison online, if this is evolution, I do have Bron Breakker being Randy Orton. And I do have this as Bron Breakker's master class on how to become a world champion. I do not see that for Bronson Reed. I want to be crystal clear on that. I only see him at best as being the guy that really hurts the Intercontinental Champion. Right? Like that's like he's for all things considered, he's the one-man gang of this. He's the big boss man of this. He's the like, hey, and you know what? It may work out well, but for me right now, I don't see. I see him being better than Brodus Clay. He won't need Funkadactyls at any point in time, but I don't see future of the business when I look at Bronson Reed. I just look at one of the throwback menacing characters that are now being used in wrestling today. For Bron Breakker, he's having flashes of greatness, and just his lineage proves that, yo, you got something here, kid. And you need to sit with Seth Rollins because I don't think Roman Reigns can teach you how to do what you need to do. I don't think John Cena can teach you it. You can be bigger than Cody in this space if we give you the right stuff, basically. And I think that's what this is all about. I think this whole faction ends with a world title around Braun Breaker's waist. That can be my guarantee this week if needed. But like that's how I see this ending, as him being one of the world champions. And I'm really there like WWE champion or world champion. I don't think there is a limit for Braun Breaker in this space.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, there's no Batista and Randy Orton here.
No.
There's a Batista and Mark Jindrak here, though.
Yeah. Or
that's the original. That's the original evolution, if I can remember correctly. It wasn't Randy Orton; it was Mark Jindrak.
Or check it out. Check it out. Or there's an acolyte number 2 and Viscera here. And one's going to be JBL and one's going to be Big Daddy V. Again, when we saw the Ministry of Darkness, nobody thought JBL was going to be the world champion and the longest reigning SmackDown world champion either. We didn't see that. And again, and this is not to say Bronson Reed is like garbage either. Just what he's bringing to the table, I just do not see this leading to a singles world title for him. And he definitely doesn't making them a tag team. Definitely no, unless they're going to get other guy for him, like some high flyer.
If you look at Raw, this the tag team champs.
But see, I think body shaming is crazy. but also though, and even though it's too late for Dom, but like, listen, for me, unless they're gonna get El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable, and he's about to leave this America stuff behind and join them, and then Gable and Reed are the champs. Now you got me. Now I'm with it, because pound for pound strength, I got Chad Gable and Bronson Reed on the same level. And I think them as a tag team in general would be interesting. But you got to pair, if you're going to do a tag team with Bronson Reed for the character that he is, you got to pair him with a smaller guy that's also strong or a high flyer. It can't be somebody on his level, because to the point earlier, and I think Brando made it, or maybe Russ, we don't need another AOP. That didn't work.
That's what I don't want.
Yeah,
but when
you won't get it.
But at the same time, when you look at what we're currently looking at on the tag team landscape, them your tag team champions, not the New Day.
Hey,
these are tag team champions, not the War Raiders.
Yeah.
Like,
no, true.
No,
but see,
that's my issue.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and the thing is, and I totally get it, but again, I don't think this is like any other faction where the leader of the faction is obsessed with becoming the world champion. I don't believe that to be true at all. I think Seth Rollins is actually trying to prove how great he is without the belt. And I think that's important for any wrestler that we throw in the top 5 or in the greatest of all time conversation. It's like, yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of the all time greats, but he's not all time great because he was a WWE champion. Like, he's great because he's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right.
I don't remember the last time Austin won the belt or lost it. I can't tell you, but I know he's one of the greatest ever. And that's, I think, what Seth Rollins is after right now.
But you know what? And it's funny how I used this analogy on one of my one-on-ones this week too. 2-man power trip.
Mm-hmm.
Like to your point, to your point, Triple H and Stone Cold are equal at this point. They just don't give a fuck, and they know they better than everybody. So it's like, yo, we about to whoop everybody ass and grab every belt. And the faction or the duo was cut short because of the torn quad. But I love Two Man Power Trip
Mm-hmm.
because they will beat your ass. Simply put, just to make a point. I need somebody to make a point. And
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling it's going to be squarely on somebody that I don't believe don't deserve to be put in this position.
Mm-hmm.
And that's main event Jey Uso.
Mm.
My issue with all of this is because now all roads lead to Jey.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Jay's ready for that. Now, rock with me real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at what happened at Saturday night's main event last night.
I'm glad you're about to go here. Thank you.
Basically, all roads led to Jay last night.
See, Russ?
Everything led
See?
to Jay. And
Sorry.
I wouldn't have, if that was a trivia question,
Yeah.
would have got that wrong.
Yeah.
But
If
you're
that
right.
if that was the third question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I would have had $1,000.
Yeah,
I would have missed that.
Chris Jericho being the last guy to beat Stone Cold for the title, that means that was the tournament.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I would have not gotten that. I actually my answer would have been Kurt Angle. So
Mm.
yeah, that
Which was
would
a
have
good
been
guess.
my answer.
Good guess.
Yeah. So, but all roads last night led to Jey Uso. And he's not the top champion of the company. But all roads led to Jey. And it feels like that they're going to use Jey to try to get over a faction and make John Cena a legitimate heel. Last night, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. Jey Uso retains, but now there's going to be a tag match at Money in the Bank that's going to put a returning Cody Rhodes, tagging him with his former tag team champion partner, because remember, they used to be tag team champs, Jey Uso, versus John Cena and Logan Paul. Now, a rumor that was discussed briefly on I Ain't Gonna Hold You on Friday was that it was going to be Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and R-Truth versus John Cena, Logan Paul, and your favorite, Travis Scott.
Man, listen.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
Thank God. Praise God.
But we never know. Because
Be busy, Travis.
He's probably going to walk them down the aisle. He's probably going to be there. Fiend. Like, yeah, you know. I might gif that just because. Fiend. In order for us to really look at John Cena as a real heel, we need John Cena to whoop somebody's ass or put up against the most over person in the company, Jey Uso. Flip side, we got Seth and Paul Heyman and Bron Breakker looking at Jey and saying, hey, we gonna get to you soon. And of course, it would be then Jey getting over this new faction. Can they use this, or better question, is the WWE wrong? Is the WWE making a mistake by using Jey Uso to get over this faction, or possibly John Cena as a actual heel? Are they hedging their bet on the wrong guy?
Well, if you view it that way, yes. However, I don't. let me tell you why the ending of Saturday night's main event made me upset. Because
Floor's yours.
3 count with Cena, I expected that. But for Cody Rhodes to come out there, help Jey win the match, and grab a mic and was like, yeah, no, you know what? We about to have a tag team match. It's y'all two against me and Jey Uso. Bro, I'm the champ. What you don't book me? I'm the champ. You don't book me. What you like, bro? And so to me, Veg, no, Vader to get Jey over. Because you don't book the champ. So that literally was set up like Jey need this match more than everybody. Because the champ got booked by the returning former champ. We ain't seen Cody since spring. Since WrestleMania, to be specific. And like Cena's the champ now. And Cena's made it clear, hey, yo, no, you know what? I'm going to prove that your title don't matter more than mine. You got Logan Paul out there. Which is the horse that John Cena's decided to get behind. And you just got Jey Uso out there like, okay, bet. Let's go. It's like, nah, that's not how this is supposed to go. I'm the champ. You don't book the champ. The champ books you. The champ makes your night. The champ makes you the main event. The champ is supposed to be the guy that sets the tone. Yeah, hey, thank you, Donnie. Michael, hey, as soon as Cody Rhodes' music hit and you see the jacket, here come Michael Cole screaming, the quarterback is here. Bro, I got the belt. Are you crazy? Who are you talking to? You don't do that. You don't do that to the champ, bro. So, hey, listen. If it was going the way that you were saying it, you got me. You're right. But it's not. The champ is trying to use all the legends and the bigger superstars to get over himself. So we can start calling him the quarterback. How you the quarterback? You ain't got one title or a title match coming up. That's crazy.
Camp. Camp. This is not a guarantee.
Okay.
This is not a guarantee hope.
All right.
This is just a thought. I'm not saying this is for Seth. I'm not even saying that this is for John Cena. But I got a feeling that Cody Rhodes will soon be turning heel. Mm-hmm. And they're going to use Jey Uso as the person that will get him over as the heel. For everything that you just said, because of everything that you just said, the fact that this man came out and was like, yo, me and him going up against y'all, you right. Don't make no matches for me, fam. I'm the champ. I might want to defend my championship against somebody. Right. How are you making matches for me? One, the whole thing that this shit The Rock said. Oh, eventually Cody's going to turn heel.
Mm-hmm.
This, to me, is the start of Homelander Cody.
Okay.
This whole quarterback of the WWE, the quarterback is here. Fuck is he, Tom Brady? Pat Mahomes? Phillip Rivers?
Right.
Who is what quarterback are we comparing him to? Who thought of this name? Who thought of this new nickname? Triple H, Michael Cole, Bruce Pritchard. Who thought of, hey, when Cody comes out, call him the quarterback. If he's the quarterback, who is Jey Uso? The main event? The quarterback is the main event. Last time I checked.
Man, hey, listen. And unless y'all saying they Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, we got problems.
Right. And Donnie, you're right. He calls himself the quarterback. You don't do that shit when he's saving the champ, though.
Right.
Save that quote for another day. Another day.
Yeah.
Michael Cole don't announce that he's the quarterback to come save the champ.
Yeah.
Which tells me a lot. It tells me, I'm telling y'all, it tells me that the heel turn, the small things about the heel turn's going to start to happen. Mm-hmm. Because now the quarterback is probably going to start feeling that he is going to have to be doing things to save the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Cody is going to get over on having to, hey, I'm the dude, I'm the guy. He's the main event, but I'm the quarterback. I am the head of the table. And you know what? I am doing this for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be the opposite, but similar to what John Cena has said this whole heel turn.
Yeah.
John Cena has said, because sometimes things can be so opposite that it's the same shit. This is one of those things, which is the reason why I think this is the start of the Cody heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena basically said, fuck y'all, 25 years, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't want me in this spot in the first place. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Cody ain't gonna say that.
Nah.
Ooh, goddamn Russ.
Yeah. And Russ, and to your point, but we're not going to read it because I see where Bang is going. But to your Logan Paul point, yeah, Logan Paul is the Maverick. But how many times has Michael Cole used that versus YouTube superstar or YouTube sensation?
Bingo. Like you look at YouTube superstar compared to Maverick. I guarantee you they use YouTube sensation more than they use Maverick. And when they use Maverick, they use it as like a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
Like they call black people Renaissance men. They call white people Mavericks. It was a whole ass. Remember, it's a whole ass TV show, right? The Maverick.
For sure. Yeah.
Got my man name. He was tip the hat. I'll fuck a nigga up. I'm out. Like, I'm about to go fuck a bitch. Tip my hat. I'm out.
You know
like, that was the whole thing about the Maverick. Just a cool ass dude that'll whoop your ass, right? Boom. Let's go back to Cody.
You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing about Cody is Cody feels like, I think Cody's whole character is built upon saving everybody. And I'm going to do what I can to save everybody. And you shouldn't feel a way about me saving you because I'm doing it not just for you, but for us. Mm-hmm. Cody's character, low key, this character has always been self-serving. It's always been self-serving.
Yeah. So
what happens when the champ is getting his ass beat and I not only go out there to save him, I now put us in a tag team together. The champ start to look like, all right, man, that's cool and all. I mean, all right, but slow down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about him being the Aaron Rodgers of the WWE. Cody Rhodes is going to slowly become what I've been telling y'all for the length of this podcast about a certain champion that y'all loved in the 80s and the 90s. But he was a heel the whole goddamn time. But Cody is going to be what I've been saying that this guy actually was in doing it. Cody Rhodes' whole heel turn is going to be Hulk Hogan-ish. Red and yellow Hulk Hogan, though.
Okay.
Because the same person who was calling Hulk Hogan a self-serving piece of shit was Macho Man. Macho Man just got out in front of it. I saw last night the same shit that I saw Hulk Hogan do against all of those people. But the fans were so with Hulk Hogan, y'all ain't see it.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to go with Cody. If Cody is really going to go heel, like The Rock and others say, hey, it's time, it might be time, or it may be time when down the line to turn him into the heel. He's not going to be the heel that he was in AEW. He's not going to be the heel he used to be in the WWE. He's not going to be the dude in suits telling everybody that I look better than you and I got more money than you or anything like that. No, Cody's going to be the heel that tells you, hey, I'm doing all of this for you. I'm saving everything for the benefit of you. And everybody's going to be saying, no, you're not. You're doing it for the benefit of you. He's going to be the self-serving, self-righteous heel, which is very similar to the self-serving, self-righteous, say your prayers, train, and take your vitamins, immortal Hulk Hogan. We're getting red and yellow back soon, fam. We're just going to get it in the way that I've been telling y'all for years. Hulk Hogan's character is a self-serving piece of shit heel that in the 80s was the face.
Yeah.
But where we sit in the world now, them niggas the heel.
Yeah.
Them the ones you don't like.
Hey, listen.
Get ready, y'all. This is the first step to that. When that nigga turn heel later this year, point back to this episode. Sunday, May 25th, we recorded it live. May 26th, it went live on the DSPs. On this date, J.R. Bang told y'all the beginning of the heel turn starts on Saturday night's main event on the 24th. We're going to get self-serving, self-righteous piece of shit, Cody Devontae Rhodes.
Hey, listen. Hey, you know what? Look, I can't deny this because figure Hogan's always been the heel point. The most self-serving thing that Cody Rhodes has ever done to this date is come back to wrestling and cry and say that he got to finish the story and win the belt because his dad didn't. They ain't got nothing to do with us. It never had nothing to do with us. He was like, dude, no, I got to win the belt because my pops never won it. So help me go get the belt because my daddy never won it. So no, I'm with you. I'm on board. I can't wait to see how this looks. But yeah, that was super heel. Super you don't matter, Jay. So get yourself over. That's Saturday night's main event last night. Bro, again, you don't book me, bro. I'm the champ. And that man grabbed the mic before Jay got the belt. He grabbed the mic. Oh man!
Any guarantees?
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! You know what? Guarantees. You know what? I think I'm gonna stick to that. Stick to my Bron Breakker one that I was talking about. I do think the entire faction that Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman are orchestrating is all of the roads leading to Bron Breakker becoming the world champion or the WWE champion. And I think that might be as early as like Survivor Series time. I don't think it's going to be WrestleMania like. It's not going to be one of those, but one of his title runs is going to come within like the summer, maybe fall months. So I'm going to stick with that for this week.
All right, well, I don't have one yet. But, well, maybe after we go through this Do We Care piece of the segment, I'm going to put in Money in the Bank in this Do We Care segment. So Money in the Bank card so far. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, and 4 more people. LA Knight defeated Aleister Black and Shinsuke Nakamura. Did the right person win?
Technically, yes, but I would have loved to see Aleister Black in that Money in the Bank.
The way that they was pushing Aleister Black, I thought he was going to be the person that wins this one. I guess they're going to have him do some stuff with Shinsuke Nakamura, but Aleister Black should have won this and not LA Knight. Julia, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, and Alexa Bliss are all slated to be In women's Money in the Bank, 2 more participants left. Roxanne Perez defeated Becky Lynch and Natalia. The right person won in this situation right here.
Yep. Hey, but before last episode, I think that was one of the names that we threw out that should be in this match. So no problems with us.
Rhea Ripley defeated Kairi Sane and Zoe Stark. Pray for Zoe Stark's knee.
Yeah, that was bad.
That shit looked nasty. Pray for her knee. But should Rhea Ripley have won that match?
If we're being real, no. But star power is star power. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Rhea Ripley shouldn't even be in Money in the Bank matches until like 2030.
I don't need to see Rhea Ripley in this match, man. I would have rather saw Kairi Sane in this match.
Yep.
Rhea Ripley is one of those people that I don't think belong in matches like this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Julia defeated Zelina Vega and Charlotte Flair. The right person won in this. I want to see her in this match. But the Charlotte Flair hate, is this kayfabe or is this real? Like real as in fuck that bitch, real.
Yeah, no, I think it's very real. I think it's very real. And to be real, as I take a step back, I don't really know why, because Charlotte can only be booked the way that they say she should be booked. People treating her like she got the Kevin Nash contract, like she got the Hulk Hogan WCW contract, and she don't. And so I don't get where the real hate comes from, but it definitely is very real. Maybe Andrade is really one of the most beloved wrestlers ever in life, in real life, and they're mad about the divorce. I don't know, but this is unfortunate for her. I'm low-key starting to feel a little bad.
Yeah, people like don't fuck with her at all. Like, I don't know what she did, but they hate her ass.
Yeah.
The Wyatt Six are back now. Bray Wyatt's birthday was on Friday. So that made things very special at the end of their segment. They had the birthday cake there and everything. But do we care that they're back?
No.
Outside of Bray Wyatt's birthday.
Yeah. No, unfortunately. This is the unfortunate part about being the brother and the friends of the guy who are just not as over as everybody else. The only faction, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Bang, or anybody that's on the stream right now, the only faction that ever suffered losses and everybody can still continue to rock out and still be great was the Hart Foundation. But everybody was over. So when Pillman dies, unfortunately, we like, dang, but that was the homie. But you still got Bret Owen and Bulldog, and then and Anvil, and then when Owen dies, you still got Bret, Bulldog. Like virtually everybody is gone now, but Bret Hart. But it's Bret Hart. Unfortunately, the Wyatt Six was never that. They've had flashes of being over. They've had some great moments. But no Bray, no Luke Harper. It's difficult. It's difficult to tap into that same level of care. Bo Dallas was way more over than Uncle Howdy. So yeah, this is just going to be a difficult thing, man. And unfortunately, it's not being used right. It's really aimless. It has the cinema, but it doesn't have the creativity behind it. And I think that's the Achilles heel of it all. Respectfully.
Yeah. Sheamus is back 2 weeks in a row, beating up on Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Do we care that Sheamus is back?
By the way, the crowd popping for Austin Theory? No. How is Austin Theory the most over person and he ain't in the matches?
I mean, hey, look. I thought everybody loved Sheamus.
Yeah, hey.
That's what I thought.
Nothing but love for Sheamus. Hey, I met Sheamus at the J. Cole and Drake concert. I like Sheamus. Sheamus is a really nice guy. I don't get it. But hey, Sorry.
I'm about to say something that sounds bad. But this is why places like AEW and TNA are great. Because when the machine or the universe of the machine forgets about you, you can go there.
Yeah.
I think Sheamus' time with the WWE is done. I think that Sheamus is better than being just a hand or being somebody that gets back and then gets like other people over. Like Sheamus should be where Drew McIntyre is and where Damian Priest is. Like that should be there.
Yeah.
But injuries and things that nature is not help or has not helped that. But I think also you could be gone so long or you could be gone so many multiple times to where people don't have that same feeling about you coming back. And that's when you go somewhere else. I believe that Sheamus should be in AEW or TNA, and that should happen very soon. Because I don't think the universe is I don't think that the WWE universe is appreciating Sheamus at this point of his career.
That's fair.
It's nothing to do with Sheamus. Let me just say, this has nothing to do with Sheamus. This has everything to do with the WWE universe and the WWE universe not being as into him as they used to be.
Yeah.
Sheamus will always have a job in that company because his big homie is Triple H. But that don't mean that Triple H guys ain't ended up somewhere else either. I think that Sheamus needs to dip.
Hey, now, Russ, I'm glad you said this because one of the most shocking WTF moments of wrestling, and I think that was 2006 for me, was when Sheamus beat John Cena in that table match for the title. They do need to run that back. And maybe that is what they need for him to do right now.
While they need to run it back, they need to do a better job at putting them in position in order for that to look like something.
Yeah.
Because right now, if you put Sheamus in any program with John Cena, that shit's going to look like R-Truth versus John Cena.
Yeah.
It's not going to look like what it should be.
Yeah.
And that's why Damian Priest is somebody that's more logical as we go through this, and somebody that's not Sheamus at this point.
I got you.
So when they start really feeding Sheamus, then we could go from there. But they not. And the WWE universe is not responding in the way that we would like, that I would like. And I'm not even the biggest Sheamus fan.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I just don't like it. And I think just like Edge and other people, I wouldn't mind seeing him somewhere else to show people who the fuck he is. Because while I said I'm not the biggest fan of Sheamus, I know who he is.
Right.
And I know what he could do in that ring.
Yeah.
And
that's important. That's important, for especially for the new people to know.
Exactly. So, look, man, dope episode of this podcast that we've been doing for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, man, what's that? Money in the Bank is happening in a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks or next week, depending on 2 weeks. Tonight. NXT Battleground is going to happen. Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams for the TNA Championship. That's seeing the TNA Championship being defended on NXT programming is wild and dope at the same time.
Yeah.
Stephanie Van Queer will be defending her title against Jordan Grace. I can already tell y'all right now, I think Jordan Grace is going to win that because Steph is going to be on the main roster doing her thing. Miles Bourne, aka Stephanie Van Queer's boyfriend, will be going up against Obafemi. And it was funny seeing him on a promo run saying, I'm going to beat Stephanie's boyfriend. So, hey, I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know that's going to look elsewhere. But, man, when they get in the locker room, maybe that might be something that is a match that is underrated that we ain't expecting. Because I was even shocked that Miles Bourne got the title shot. And shouts out to my homie Jesse. His birthday is tomorrow. Those don't remember, Jesse is the guy who damn near paralyzed me during Oklahoma drills in high school. Jesse is in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. I have challenged Jesse for the last 2 days drunk and sober,
Mm-hmm.
to run this back. If he does not run this back, he's scared. He's in Chicago, and if he at one of our homies' cribs, he lives 15 minutes away from me.
Mm.
Let's get this done, Jesse. Your birthday is tomorrow. I just turned 43. You turn 43 tomorrow on
Hey.
Monday, May 26th. Let's just run this. Let's run this Oklahoma drill back. Floor's yours, Kent.
All right, man. Hey, listen. May days, the greatest month of all time, is officially coming to a close, and we're gonna close out May on this end, celebrating my mom's birthday. You might have seen her running through here. You might have seen her running water or whatever you might have seen today on this week's episode. But and she apologizes, but it's fine, you know. But yes, the original Memorial Day, as she likes to point out.
Wait a minute.
I'm off mute. Okay, am I back on? I think my sound went out. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
But yes, we thank y'all and appreciate y'all for checking out this episode of the First Black Champ Podcast. Hey, listen, every Sunday and every time that we do these episodes, and every time we get a chance to get you guys on a live stream and talk to you and learn about just wrestling from your perspective as well as ours, it's greatly appreciated. I do want to answer one more question before we get up out of here, because I do think Bob Backlund definitely had the better heel run, because nothing was better than 43-year-old Bob Backlund addressing the plebeians and putting them in the chicken wing. And I'm sorry, even though I do like John Cena and what he's doing overall, that title match, that title run from Bob Backlund just mattered more because, hey, he was also beating up the future of the company. And there's a lot to be said about that. So, man, listen, thank you for tuning in. We greatly, humbly, and appreciate you all for your likes, comments, shares, a rumor, innuendo, and anything else that you contribute to the FBC community. And always know that if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ Podcast. It's the pick with the VP, DOC, and we are out. F Johnny Wrestling.
Triple H, we cool. Thank you for not doing the dummy. Thank you for not doing the dummy.